So we finally know Jon Snow's true parentage, as the season 6 finale confirmed the well-held R+L=J theory. But now there's a new theory about his true name, which was hinted at in this scene from the final episode. Some keen-eyed Redditors have been analysing Lyanna Stark's dying words and have come up with a theory that Jon's real name is Jaehaerys. That's the name of 2 Targaryen kings, one of whom is remembered as one of the greatest ever. But with the Lannisters and Baratheons rounding up and killing Targaryens after the rebellion, Jaehaerys was probably going to raise a few eyebrows. So sensible Ned sensibly renamed him Jon. This one sounds pretty legit. Another theory in a similar flavour to R+L=J sees Tyrion become the half-brother of Daenerys. This one's a little more straightforward though, and simply posits that Tyrion was the result of the Mad King cavorting with Tywin's wife, Joanna Lannister. This would explain Tywin's utter disdain for Tyrion, as well as this line,
"You're no son of mine."
This would also make Tyrion relate to Jon Snow now that R+L=J is confirmed. But we're not so sure we'll see too they're actually a Targaryen twists, so this one goes in the maybe pile. Fans of history repeating itself have long suspected that Jaime would kill Cersei to prevent her from destroying King's Landing with wildfire, just as he had done with the Mad King. But now Cersei's done her worst and taken the throne, that's all off, right? Well, maybe not. The prophecy that told Cersei she'd see all her children die also foretold her death at the hands of her little brother. Naturally, she assumed this was Tyrion, but after that look in the phone room, maybe it will be Jaime, who despite being her twin is a few minutes younger. This is looking more and more likely, which is good news for Jaime Brienne shippers. He might look innocent, but could it be that Bran Stark and his time-hopping ways are actually responsible for all the chaos in Westeros? Well, now that we know that Bran can affect the past with his time travelling, could it be that Bran attempted to reach King Aerys, but that Bran's voice instead drove him mad and subsequently led to Robert Baratheon's rebellion and all the events of Game of Thrones? Bran's abilities also make it likely that the Three-Eyed Raven is Bran from the future, and that brings us on to our last theory. So if Bran really is the Three-Eyed Raven, then who's to say what he was doing from under his tree for all those years until young Bran turned up? We've heard talk of legendary Brans of old, such as House Stark founder Bran the Builder who built the wall. Well, maybe Bran wasn't just named after Bran the Builder, maybe he was him. And the possibilities for Bran's time travelling doesn't stop there. Those voices and prophecies that Melisandre hears from the Lord of Light, well, maybe that was Bran too. Sowing the seeds for future events for the Red Woman. Yes, maybe Bran is the Lord of Light. It seems unlikely that Game of Thrones will ever get to this level of timey-wimey nonsense, but just goes to show you shouldn't go messing around with time travel.